Hello class, let's take a look at example 2. Now in example 2 they want us to basically evaluate, it's an n trim mean, and in this situation n happens to be 10%. Now please write me a one variable stats, and this is just so that I still have the data set enter. It's from the previous problem. So as you run the one variable stats, that's just to confirm, well, the actual how large the data set is, and I think it was about 11. So you're talking about 11 values. So in this situation, we're talking about our actual population. So I'm just gonna say that n is equal to 11. And as you evaluate n%, so in this case 10% of technically 11, this is equal to 0.10 times the values of 11. This is equal to 1.1. So what we're doing on this one is we're going to be technically removing a total of one value from the min and the maximum. Now for this to make sense, you're basically looking at the min and the max as you're organizing the data set. So let me just copy the data set again. And I think we already had it sorted. So we're looking at 5, 5, 12, 16. So the data set we're looking at a 5 followed by a 5. So it's 5, 5, then 12, 16, 30, then 12, 16, 30, 40, 55, 55. So 40, 55, 55, 60, 78. So 60, 78. And then the largest one that we had is 100. Let me just double check from the one variable stats that there's no errors in that portion. So 11 values, and then our maximum happens to be 100. So in this case, I've organized the data set from technically min to max. So you're looking at the data set from min to max. Since I want you to evaluate, in this case, 10% of the trend mean, what that means is the following. Once you round n%, in this case 10% of 11, it's 1.1, which is technically 1. You're going to be removing a total of one value from the min and one value from the max. So these technically get evaluated. So your new value of n is going to be reduced by 2. Now, in order to evaluate this and remove them, you simply go to edit, and then you have to be careful here that you don't remove more than you had, than you're supposed to. So you simply delete the first one, and you delete the last one, which happens to be the 100. So we're going back to the data set, remove that 5 and the 100, and then you calculate the mean of the leftover values. So in this case, run me a one variable stats on L1, and remember that we reduce it by 2, so n is going to be now 9. So in this case, the new mean, so let me write it as the 10% trend mean happens to be mu, which is equal to the sum of the x's divided by n. Now we removed two values, so our main solution, I'm getting, well, technically remember that it's a population, so it happens to be the same value as x bar. In this case, we end up with the value of 39. And for any n%, the minimum that you're removing, it's technically one value from the min and the max. since you're always rounding to the nearest positive integer. Keep in mind that when you're running a n% trim mean, you may be looking at large data sets. Now, I wouldn't give you any data set that's too large because you're just using the calculator, but that's the idea behind on this one. What's actually doing is adjusting for outliers if you were to have very large values on the extremes. Another thing that could happen is that you really wouldn't apply this for a small data set, because if you keep removing, you may end up with very few values. So typically very large data sets, and you're having large values on the extremes. So here possible outliers could be 5 and 100. That's why you would want to actually evaluate an n% and perhaps remove those extreme values in the min and the max. So any evaluation that you're asked to do for n%, make sure you follow the directions. If it's a problem from the software, they may only want you to remove values from the min or the max. If it's not stated, you remove from the max and the min. Let's take a look at another actual measure of the center, and this is your weighted mean. So what you're gonna have on these is categories. Now the percentages, it's gonna be your weights, and the scores, it's gonna be your x's. So let me go back to the formula. And this mean, it's technically evaluated when you technically have categories that are not weighting the same. So in this case, it's understood that this is a sample because it's just some exam scores. Unless you're told it's a population, you would be evaluating that. And they want the weighted mean, so I'm just going to call this x bar. This is equal to the sum of the x's times w divided by the sum of w. And then you have to make sure that you do the following pairing. So in this case, your scores go in this direction. So for this one, you would actually be evaluating on the top. You're looking at an 80 times a 20% plus a 70 times a 30% and times a 90 times a 10%. Now, these categories don't have to add up to 100. That gets adjusted at the bottom. So at the bottom, you're dividing by 0.20 plus 0.30 plus the values of 0.10. And you have to make sure that the following is consistent. If you're using percentages, all of those will be percentages. In this case, I'm using their decimal. So you have to make sure that all of those are given as decimals. So take a second and evaluate this one. And we'll compare answers. Okay, so please double check. I'm getting on this one 76 point. This is a 6, 1, 2, 6, and then a 7. That's what I'm getting, rounding to 4 decimal places. So please double check. If you're getting anything else, make sure you put the set of extra parentheses on the calculator. But that's what I'm getting on this one. 70. No, we're good.